as well. Also to Ravery Sports blog. It's available at 6 a.m. every morning as well. Keep that in mind. Today we talked about Tyler Linderbaum, why that isn't done. I don't know what they're thinking. Linderbaum is playing hardball with him, and he should. He's got some leverage, and that's what he's doing. So, but it's not done yet as well. So we will see how that goes as well. Next week, also to Ravens mock draft, our first one tonight. And tonight, we're going to do our first mock draft. All right. Oh, one last thing. RavenSports.company.site. So definitely check that out. RavenSports.company.site. So definitely check out the flagship as well for that. So it is time that we've all been waiting for, our first mock draft of 2026 as well. So we're going to do 4 of these. First one is tonight. Last one is going to be right before the draft week. So we're going to have a 4th mock draft. We are going to have 2 more. We're going to first week. We're going to do our first Ravens mock draft. We just mentioned that. Definitely check that out. A lot of good stuff tonight. We're talking a little Maryland basketball, who's going to be playing quarterback in certain spots next year, NBA a little bit, and we're going to go to baseball. First week of spring training. So our first spring report is tonight. All right. So, mocked in the NFL. So what's going to happen in the mock draft? So some of it is predictive, as we know. So it's also a lot of it is not 100% what teams I think they will do, not necessarily what I would necessarily do. The mock drafts you're going to see in the channels are somewhat predictive. There is some lean to what I would do in a situation. There's some lean towards that, but it's also following what these general managers would do, following what these things you do, stuff you're hearing, things like that. Go over the players as well. So definitely a lot of you I know aren't familiar yet quite with the draft like this. A lot of you aren't football nerds as much as I am. We're watching draft film on YouTube and everything like that. But we're going to go over it tonight as well. What's the first round going to look like here as well? So first pick, obviously, Fernando Mendoza, Indiana Heisman Trophy winner as well, fresh national championship. Easily, I think this is Lock City. Clint Kubiak said, well, there's a lot more draft film to be studied. Okay. That's why you took the job in the first place instead of Arizona, because you got Clint, because you got Mendoza, you got the quarterback. You got the quarterback for sure. You know exactly where you're going. You got the guy under center, the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't think it's a complete lock that he's a stud in the NFL. I don't know about that. I'm a little bit there. Solid starter for sure. I'd be surprised if he wasn't that. But I don't know if he becomes a solid star all-pro. I'm not quite locked in there as well. But we'll see. So what happens to the Jets? So Jets, no quarterback really other at this high, even though they need a quarterback. David Bailey, I think from Texas Tech. So I think this is a guy that I think the Jets will know how to use. I see a lot of Avell Reese right here. Avell Reese kind of like Micah Parsons, inside guy. You can put him on the outside, etc. I don't think teams will know what to do with him. I think he's going to fall a little bit, as talented as I think he is as well. But I do think this is a guy, David Bailey, you could plug and play him on more teams and plug and play. Almost as productive, I think. Definitely to more of a true outside linebacker as well. Great quicks. So David Bailey as well. Francis Malioga from Miami. The reason why the Hurricanes were in the national championship was because of their great offensive line play. They were really good up front. I think they got maybe more than one guy who's going to be playing on Sunday. Malioga, I think it's pretty easy to me that he's the number 1 tackle in the draft. He's a right tackle, played a lot of right tackle, so I think some teams don't like that as much. They're always looking for the left tackle, but I'm totally convinced this guy can play left tackle. The body type isn't great, but he's an offensive lineman. So some people are not going to like that. He's body beautiful. Right tackle. This guy's a mauler. Love his feet, love his hands, loves the strength. So I think definitely, too, he's worthy of a top 3 pick. Cardinals, I think, take best player on the board. Ruben Bain, edge for Robert Saleh and the Tennessee Titans. I think they might rather have Bailey as well. Bain, I think, is too good to pass up. I do think he might on this team play in the 3-4-ish type with Robert Saleh there. So that could be interesting as well, because I don't know if you can transition an outside linebacker. This guy's going to rush the passer no matter where you put him as well. But he's more of the traditional hand on the grass type 3-4 end than the latter. Then like Bailey, who's more of an all-around guy. The production is off the charts. Bain, I love him. I think he is an outstanding pass rusher. I don't think it matters if you play him inside before. He's still going to get 10 11 sacks as well. Mekhi Lemon, USC. A lot of Caleb Downs here I see in this spot. I do think this is the best wide receiver in the draft, Mekhi Lemon, and I do think the Giants would take a wide receiver here as well. This is where Harbaugh, like if you look at throughout the years with the Ravens, where he got his receivers. They didn't always work out, but he got them in the draft. Not so much of free agency and all that, but definitely to Mekhi Lemon. I think he's going to move up boards. Kind of slept on a little bit, but I definitely think they go receiver here, and I think I like Mekhi Lemon, number 5. I do think this is what Harbaugh would do. And Harbaugh, make no mistake, to Joe Sheehan, no disrespect, he is in charge. So there's no question about that. Spencer Fano is number 6 for the Browns. I don't think he's a little bit behind. I know it seems to be that a lot of NFL draft people and stuff like Fano a bit more than I don't really see that. I think this guy to me is the pure right tackle. So I don't like him as much as at left tackle, but definitely he's going to be a solid right tackle, I think, for years when you play him. I think definitely I like his feet. I like him in the pass game a lot, considering his size. I think he's going to be – I like to see a little bit more out of him in the run game, but I think he's fine in the run game overall as well. So Fano as well. Browns take him. Browns absolutely have needs on the offensive line. Absolutely need him as well. Avell Reese, the Commanders, number 6. I don't think he gets past. Have him listed here as inside linebacker. You could play him at outside. A lot of people comparing him to Micah Parsons. I do think with a Dan Quinn would know what to do with the Avell Reese. I think a defensive coach would understand. This guy is all over the field. Definitely he's a guy I think that a lot of people think this is the best player in the draft. They might be right. I do think he has to be used correctly. So that's the only reason I even have him this low. Definitely a guy like Dan Quinn will absolutely know how to use him. You're losing guys inside line. You have a big need there. Too good to pass up. Too good to pass up as well. Jeremiah Love for the Saints. Definitely the best running back in this draft. Definitely guy with power. Nice to see a number 1 back too with the power, right? So you see a lot of these guys just with power. This guy has power, has speed up front. Definitely a guy who can I don't think he'd even need a great line to run behind. I think he's going to be productive no matter what. I do think the Saints do look running back too. I do. I think definitely Kamara really on his last leg as well. They might take a receiver here, but I definitely think Jeremiah Love is a guy that they would look at. Caleb Banks for the Chefs. I think they definitely would love to take Love here as well. I think there's some holes on this Chefs team. So I don't know exactly the direction they're going as good as they've been. There's several places here where they have needs. Wide receiver, I could see it. Running back, I could see it. Offensive line, I could see it. D-line, they're going to be we don't know about anything about free agency yet, but they're going to lose. Caleb Banks, I think, is definitely the best defensive tackle in the draft. I definitely think Chris Jones is getting older. Definitely it's a consideration to have a Caleb Banks there as well at 5. I'm sorry, at 9. I think best player I think they can do on the board. They could take one of the offensive guys, but I like Banks here as a good fit for him. Marshawn Delane for the Bengals as well. The secondary has just been so bad for so long. I think the corners here are really grouped together really tight. So I think there's an argument to be made with the top 3 why they're the best cornerbacks on the board. Delane, I think, is probably the best all-around corner. So I'm not calling him Christian Gonzalez yet, but I think when I'm looking at these guys, he's the best. He's the most well-rounded of the group. So definitely as well there. I think the Bengals definitely absolutely have the secondary. There's another team with a couple needs. I think on obviously quarterback, wide receiver, they don't do that. But the running back is a thing. Tight end could be a thing. Defensive line, couple needs here. But their secondary has been bad for a while. Wouldn't hurt them to get that. Carnell Tate for the Dolphins, number 11. Some people think Tate's the best receiver in the draft. I don't have him that high. I think he's good, obviously. You got him here at 11. So I think he's a solid all-around receiver. I definitely think you like him in the short area, the 50-50 area as well. If the best comparison, like if Keyshawn Johnson is your favorite wide receiver, this is a guy that you like as well. Not quite Keyshawn as far as height as well. Also, too, he was playing with Jeremiah Smith on the other side. So that's it. But I think the Dolphins, they're cleaning house. So they could use anything. I think Tate, is probably the best guy on the board. Caleb Downs, I think the reason why he's not higher is because he is a safety. I don't think a safety goes in the top 10. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys will pass. You got Schottenheimer there as their head coach. Definitely a defensive-minded defensive-minded lineage. All those great Chiefs differences that Marty Schottenheimer had as well. They definitely could use it. I think this is a guy, again, too good to pass up. I mean, a team with several needs as well. Most of them, I think, are on defense, but too good to pass up. Terrell, I think, is going to be higher in this one than maybe you'll see. I really like Terrell at corner. I do think some of the USC guys are kind of slept on, and some of the Clemson guys are kind of slept on because the expectations of the team weren't as good. So I do think it's a little sleepy on those guys. But Terrell, I think, is fantastic. I think, definitely too. I love his aggression on that. I love corners with that aggression as well. You talk about Avian Terrell, D'Angelo Pons. I don't think he's a first rounder yet, but definitely he's got that as well. Attacks the football. He's the guy I like the most as far as I talked about the three here. He's the guy I like the most. They get the turnovers. They get the takeaways. This is the guy I like the most here as well. Ravens. Let's just call him Vegayon. This is 9-1-1 stuff for the Ravens. You have to take an offensive line. You have to take a deep edge rush early. Definitely, we're getting the news from Linderbaum that he may be out. You can't run it back. you just can't do it. So you get a young as well. You get McCoy. I think that's big time stuff there. You get those two guys. You get a own there. You're definitely going to fix it. This guy is easy. Best guard in the draft. I love his feet. I've seen some people say they don't like his feet. I love his feet. I love his athleticism. Seeing him out there catching passes, playing a full. This guy's outstanding. Big drop off after him at guard. Jerry McCoy. Some injury issues. I think that's it. But I love the physicality. So, again, the all-around guy, now the physical guy fits right into the Bucs system. Bucs, I think, could be losing some corners as well in free agency as well. So, definitely looking for that as well. Jerome McCoy, Tennessee Volunteers. Ty Simpson for the Jets at 16. 2, I think, is too high. 16, I like it for the Jets because they're going to have 2 first-round picks. So I think that you can kind of spend it here, and I don't think you can wait too much longer. You look at teams, you start going a little bit lower. Rams, Steelers, a couple teams getting a late first round, but I think would take a Ty Simpson as well. I do think they will and should bring a vet in as well. But I definitely think Simpson could be the choice here. He could be your quarterback here for the next one. Best case for him is for him to sit, if at all possible, as well. Sit as well possible. Simpson, I think, starters right. Not a phenomenal athlete. I'd really love to see him at the combine. I can't wait to see him at the combine and at the camps and et cetera, to see how well he does there. Caden Proctor, definitely the Lions absolutely have an offensive line need, offensive tackle need. Proctor, because he's just massive, so some people are going to say kick him in the guard, which I think he could do. I think this guy could definitely play right tackle in the NFL. There's no question about it. You could put him, I think you could put him at several positions. You could put him at right guard. You could put him at left guard. I think his size is phenomenal. I'm not worried at all about Caden Proctor at the next level. I think the Lions, this is definitely a need for them, and you're getting the best guy. Jordan Tyson for the Vikings as well. Vikings, they definitely need a quarterback. So this is kind of one of the teams here. If you want a quarterback, you're going to have to get ahead of the Vikings. I think the Vikings don't get a quarterback here, but I think you get Jordan Tyson, which I think is the best technician in the draft as far as a wide receiver. Most polished route runner, I think, as well. Really does a lot of moves, a lot of hand placement, really does a lot, really good in the short area. Speed isn't phenomenal, and he's had some injury issues. So I've seen some places have him number one. I think he's going to fall a little bit whenever you have those injury issues, so I don't think it's going to be that high. But I do think the Vikings do get an excellent receiver here. Vikings absolutely need a receiver. Cassius Howell, edge for Texas A&M. This guy's fantastic. I think definitely the consummate 3-4 outside linebacker, edge rusher, I think. Definitely I want to say Steelers for sure in that defense, that consummate 3-4 that they have if he was to fall more. But I think the Panthers actually get it. Panthers absolutely need pass rush. Anybody can use this guy. I think in a lot of situations, he's going to be a day one starter. Sonny Styles from Ohio State, the Ohio State, best inside linebacker in the draft. So, look, 3 in the top 20. Like, that tells you how good that Buckeyes defense was. 3 in the top 20. Sonny Styles, I think, under almost any other circumstances without a K-Val Downs or a Reese, would be the number one guy. But this is more the middle linebacker pure. This is the guy that's going to lead as far as middle linebacker pure on there as well. So Styles, I think, tremendous speed, great football instincts. It's so important when you're playing that position that you have football instincts. That's very, very important that you have that as well. Couple more. Peter Woods for the Clemson Tigers. The production wasn't maybe what people thought, but I'm really seeing a really good inside guy. Really got a lot of talent, great speed, looked good at the Senior Bowl. I mean, I'm seeing an outstanding starter right away for somebody as well. I don't know what happened with the record in Clemson. I think the Steelers would love to have it. I think I think quarterback of the future, a couple other things, yeah, but having this guy here is just too good to pass up. Definitely got Hayward getting older, etc. This guy is not going to sit the bench. He's going to go in right away. Chargers love those offensive linemen. They had those injuries last year. Monroe Freeland from Georgia. I think this guy is fantastic. I don't know if he starts on the Chargers right away if both guys are healthy. Joe Alt and there. So I definitely think, but I don't think Jim Harbaugh ever feels like he has enough linemen. I think you could play him at guard. You could play this guy at center, I think. You can put him anywhere on the line. I love his feet and hands. And I don't really say that a lot about college players, but I love his balance. He's got good drive, good balance, good strength. Some people already know they can play. He's not strong enough or ugly enough as well, but I think it's all there for him as well. Freeling, I think is an outstanding choice here. Keeter Senna, he's going to be the tight end in the first round. I don't think you're going to get anything else here. Definitely to Dallas Goedert, the issue there as well. I think this is easy for the Eagles to take the number one tight end in the draft. Definitely to get Jalen Hurts another weapon as well. They may have line issues depending on what Lane Johnson does and Nickerson. So we'll see about that. Maybe that becomes a bigger need. But as of right now, I definitely like that. Lamu from the Browns, Caleb Lamu, definitely two as well. This This is a solid guy. I think, too, again, going to the Browns, definitely need that offensive. I mean, the Browns might be losing 4 or 5 guys on the offensive line, so they definitely need help somewhere. So as well, they have free agents, they have draft issues, etc. So definitely taking an alignment isn't gonna hurt them. Kennedy McDonald, the Bears definitely need defense. You definitely got the best guy on the board. Another Ohio State as well. This guy's more of a 3 technique as well, so I think he'd fit better like in a 4-3 as well. Having, I guess, not a pure nose, I don't think, but definitely more of a 3 technique as well. Definitely a lot of talent. Cade McDonald there at 25. 26, Denzel Boston as well. Boston, I think, has tremendous upside. So we could be looking at this draft several years ago and then looking at a guy like Denzel Boston. Oh, man, somebody should have. Because I think all the natural tools are there as well. Definite size, definite hand, definitely like this. He looks a little green to me. That's why I think he's a little bit lower as well. Played in a really good offense at Washington. I think that's another thing maybe as well. Let's see how he does in the camps and the combine as well. Could go higher. Kendrick Falk, I think I see him higher on boards. I don't. I think he's a good athlete. I don't see the college production for me as well to have on that high. I think to be on the 49ers makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. He could be around other players that are really good, coaching that's really good, etc. So they can take a guy like this with this great athleticism and get him there as well. So I think it's a good pick. Texas need any kind of offensive line help. Emmanuel Pergon for Oregon. Oregon's lines are huge. Offensive lineman. That's offensive lineman. The size and everything is incredible on those teams. So definitely got that. Jennings Dunker. Some differing opinions of he's a first. I think he could go late first. I think the Rams are a good choice here. I personally would kick him inside. You can play him at tackle. I think he needs a little more seasoning. Definitely you can't go wrong with Kurt Ferenz, offensive lineman. Casey Concepcion, wide receiver for Texas A&M as well. Late first round pick. Definitely they need it as well. See if they have Knicks at the start. I don't know. I don't love their receiving core. I think that's the weakest part of the Denver team. I definitely think they need help as far as wide receivers. Isaiah World. World is right. This guy's a $4 cab. Well, nowadays Uber, right? Around him, just huge. Just massive. He's a 360 if he's a quarter. Could be 370. So, I mean, that's the only concern how big he's going to get. But definitely the Patriots, the weak spot they had, the reason why the Patriots didn't hold the Lombardi trophy is the offensive line really got pushed around by the Seahawks, who take Jake Slaughter, best center in the draft. Best center in the draft. So definitely they can go ahead and fix that. I think the Seahawks had a better line in New England, but still they need a lot of work. They're good on the left side last year, hitting a home run with Zabel. There you go. All right. First mock draft out the way as well. So we're going to do these every so often. We're going to mock draft next week, our Ravens mock draft as well. It'll be on Twitter. So definitely y'all can go ahead and tell me how stupid I am.